Is United Health a falling knife? Should you catch it? Alright, so after I sharing these few pointers, I hope you can get some clarity on it. United Health is like AIA, Prudential, they are a huge insurer. Yeah, huge insurers. So under United Health, they also have this pharmaceutical segment. Pharmaceutical like distribution segment. Actually, I don't know much until I just do some research recently lah. So Adam Khoo talk about the entire healthcare sectors. He talked about the difference between Novo Nordisk as a pharmaceutical company compared to United Health. Novo Nordisk is a pharmaceutical company. United Health is an insurer. So there's a difference. So 80% of United Health come from insurance. So why suddenly people look at United Health? Yeah, obviously there's some price actions that happen for this company. So this company across a few months, since beginning of total or end of December, there's a huge drop of 62%. So-called in the multiple of 300 billion company, it dropped by 62% is really huge. 62%. So this is weekly chart. I believe this is weekly chart because I draw start from 2016. Yeah. So if you draw like maybe a daily chart, whatever chart, it might be bigger. The number might be bigger, but it's definitely more than 50%. It's 62% drop since then. So previously, when I didn't study about the company, I only somewhat recall there's these two news that are being raised lah. Yep. So on the December 4th, their CEO Brian Thompson get assassinated. Yeah, got shot, got killed. And wow, company CEO got killed. Yeah. Back then I didn't put much attention, like wow, it might be some personal kind of thing. Yeah. I didn't put much attention to it. It might be so-called conspiracy thing that happened. I don't know. So for me, I didn't put attention to this company. And also recently, and then May 13th, CEO Andrew Witty suddenly resigned. And he just put down personal reason. So when you see these two company, right? Or no, see these two news, right? How many of you think, hey, there's something fishy happening here? One CEO got killed. The other CEO, within 4 5 months of in his job, he said, sorry, personal reason I don't do. Yeah. I don't know whether there's some things happening behind. So for me, is it wow shit. Maybe there's things that I shouldn't put too much attention into it. Yeah, so since like we are talking about this company, right? Why not put some attention to talk about their business per se. That is focused on this company in terms of like their business model. So there's this two big portion in their business. One in insurance, the other one is service as in pharmaceutical distribution service. Their service like healthcare, long-term care service. So it's something like you go for after you go for hospital, right? You need to go for aftercare. So the other portion is some kind like aftercare service. So it's like you go for very bad situation, you go to hospital, you claim the hospital bill, and after you get your surgery done, you go to the Optum healthcare, and then get your healthcare sorted out from there. So what I learned right now is this: a lot of insurance company, they are very pure insurance company, means they focus on insurance. They do not give vertical service in the sense that okay, I do insurance, then I do hospital, then I do healthcare, then I do pharma, then I do the tech and AI. So usually the company will be pretty much focused on each segment. But United Healthcare, because they are one of the biggest, they have 15% market share. They are one of the biggest insurer in US. So they're not just doing the United Healthcare, which is the insurance portion. They also have this segment, the second segment called Optum, that do the rest. Yeah. So it's so-called like vertical integrated kind of service. When I listened to what Edwin Koo said, right, actually he didn't share much about this thing in depth. So I was thinking, maybe before you go watch, these are the things that you should know about the business itself. In the end of the day, whether the company fundamentally good other than numbers is also the business. All right. So what happened to this business itself, right? There's these issues that arise. Remember to click notification so that you'll be notified when the session is live. And also click love if you like any portions that you think, oh, this one sounds right. So in their United Healthcare segment, there's this thing called Advantage Care, if I'm wrong. It's like Advanced Care or Advantage Care. So I think I just put it as Advanced Care. So this is the Medi-8 policies by the US government. So in other words, The US government, if you recall, right, there's like Obamacare, there's like US Medicare. So there's like government effort to support the less fortunate or less covered people to get insurance. All right. So they provide support financials to people to buy all this insurance. You get it? And there's this situation whereby United Health overclaim that portion. In other words, there's some fraud happening that being raised by people. In Singapore scene, right, it's something like this company they do skill future program and then they overclaim their skill future like subsidies for government. So it's something along the line. There's some integrity issue right here. There's some integrity issue in the personnel who overclaim from the government. Yeah, so this is the one thing. The second thing the company face is rising medical costs because of inflation, because of the tariff per se. Actually, the medical cost has went up, but their medical insurance price didn't adjust accordingly. So their cost just shoot up, but their revenue is couldn't catch up with the cost itself. So in other words, the revenue that they get right, uh, it still covered their cost in insurance cost per se. So there's this thing called loss ratio. So every $1 they collect, they pay out close to $90, or so $1 close to 90 cents, which is 90%. They lost to the insurance claim. All right. So it's kind of like a tight margin. So what happened is this year itself, it went from like in the low 80 to the high 80. So the cost went up, resulted in their bottom line, earnings went down. So this is the second thing happened to their business. So this is the two things that I thought, I should being mindful about the risk portion. But there's a lot of like good points about this health. Like what is their advantage? Obviously, they are the biggest. So they have a wide skill that can have economy of skills. Second thing is because they are huge, right? When they so-called vertically integrated, right? So there's some benefit to it. But also because of that, right, there's some like writers out there, they say, hey, actually vertical integrated is not as good because when they vertical integrated, right, means they will extract a lot of value throughout the whole value chain. Means they charge high premium, they make it like it means like the whole value chain, right? They inter cost itself, but they extract a lot of like values and earnings throughout this value chain. So there's some people who so-called sing a different tune in the sense that they say better don't invest in United Health because they are vertical integrated. So there's things that hidden underneath. But from my point of view, back to that 2 point, the cost portion. The second point is easier to address. The cost portion. So when insurance costs went up, right? What do you think insurer will do? When insurance costs went up, what do you think insurer will do? Especially those who have better or bigger bargaining power. They can cut costs like tech company Bo. All right, good point. They can then cut personnel costs. Can they cut whatever like entertainment costs, whatever lah. Yeah. So Celine and Rupert, straight to the point. If my cost went up, I just increase price. So this is one of their strategies. So one of the strategy is they will adjust their cost accordingly. In other words, they adjust their premium accordingly. So it's adjust the price upward and then cutting costs as well. So another way of them cutting costs is also reducing some of the programs that they provide for their clients. So they reduce, I can't remember the name, so they reduce some of the like insurance portion to focus more on their strong core so that they can improve the efficiency, improve their margin. Yeah, so this is the thing they are looking at. So this is the second pointer. So come back to the first pointer, which is there's fraud happening. There's fraud happening within their company. So what would you think government would do when there's this thing raised? In fact, other than the government investigate them, right, they also have the like hire auditors to audit their processes, to audit their own internal company function, so to make sure they are doing the right thing per se lah. So they also hire auditors to do that. Yep. So this is their action lah, right? So initially when I heard of if there's fraud within the internal company, right, I would say hey, there's some integrity issue that I should not look into. So this is the old thinking that I have. But when I look at what Adam Khoo mentioned, right, across a company crisis, so he did mention like two companies that have crisis. One is Fargo, the other one is Meta. So Meta came into like the scandal, which is what is it called? What is the scandal? That they shared information to Cambridge Analytica. So this is the integrity issue, the leak of data to a third party. Yeah. And Wells Fargo is there's some personnel that fraud account opening and fraud credit card issuance and then to churn out commission to themselves. Yeah, so there's some fraud happening with the company, but in the end, the company focusing on reducing, so-called removing the problem, inserting like a guardrail, change the company's like processes, and then the company share price went back up. So Meta and Wells Fargo is the companies that Adam Khoo shared. So for me, when I heard of this, right, I have some conclusion right here. So my conclusion is this. Yeah, so yes, there might be some personnel that have having integrity issue. But if the company can solve it and then take active steps to stop it, that's when the company could turn around. Yeah, so these are the things that I conclude. So company and individual should look at it as a separate entity. Yeah. So company have no integrity issue. It's the person, it's the personnel having integrity issue. So once the personnel get removed and the new so-called management come in, can turn around and solve the issue, that's a more important one. So who is doing this cleaning up right now? Is the former United Health CEO. So right now he come back in to solve this problem. So since he have grown United Health along the year, so I believe there's some market supporter that will support like ex-CEO coming in to solve the issue. So if there's this thing that we should aware when we look at this kind of I don't know, like something that turned around. First thing, like the company still intact. Second thing is their business still able to grow. All right. Third thing is they should commit and execute and share transparently in their progress. Right. So these are a few things that if you look at this type of company, you should always be aware of. So for me, I would limit the scope lah. So I think I have enough target to look at lah. So I will not like look at this moment lah. Yeah. If not, it's like my bullet just anyhow shoot. Yeah. But see some of you guys or some of the community right here, yeah, okay. So I said, why not I do some research, find out some details about it. Yeah. All right. So there are some key questions that are being raised. I will not talk about it lah. Yeah. So this is the first company that we talk about the health. Right. So just to reiterate, is United Health a falling knife? Should you catch it? All right. So after I sharing these few pointers, I hope you can get some clarity on it. So this is the WellPulse QR code, or you just go to click.google.com/join-WellPulse or -WP to join our every weekly session. So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, just search Google channel, subscribe, follow, hit like. So thanks again for all your support. I hope all these sessions give you clarity, give you enough turbulent management, so for us to continue to keep healthy, keep happy, and hot in the market. Thank you, everyone. So that's all for tonight. I will see you next week. Bye bye.